The following sports exclusive is brought to you by NKPN Sports in cooperation with Store Communications of Northern Kentucky. Annual Northern Kentucky BPA Merit Tournament in week number 7 at Dixie Ball. Hello everybody, I'm Ron Hyatt, and along with Doug Martin, we bid you welcome to week number 7 of the Northern Kentucky BPA Tournament right here in Covington at Dixie Ball. Doug, we've got 6 more outstanding bowlers here from Northern Kentucky to go at it for prize money in this exciting tournament. Give us an update on 3 of the women and 3 of the men.
Okay, yeah, we're looking forward to a real good day of bowling here and some good scores. We had a couple of the gentlemen that made the finals here. One gentleman bowled a 299 in qualifying, and the other gentleman a 300. So they did some fine bowling to get here, and we expect some more of that same thing today.
Well, we've got a nice crowd on hand here to watch the festivities and watch all of the action, and we've got that action coming up in just very shortly. We want to remind you that the tournament here at Dixie Lanes is sponsored by Mickey Link. But right now, that's the action here at Dixie Lanes for the 7th week of the BPA Merit Tournament. The 10th annual BPA Merit Tournament is sponsored by the Mickey Link Distributing of Northern Kentucky and Miller Beer, made the American way. Well, this is Ron Hyatt, and along with Doug Martin, we're at Dixie Lanes in Covington for game number 1, and making her approach for
our first bowler this morning, Rosie Phelps. Nice way to start off the day, Ron. Big strike.
Nice way to start the morning off.
Now we have Cathy Roy. She's ready to throw her first ball today on lane 8. And we have another strike to start the day. These girls are going after it. Rosie Phelps gets a 31-pin handicap, while Cathy Roy gets a 28-pin handicap. So they're virtually even starting off. And Cathy's shot comes a little bit high, leaves the 4-pin. She doesn't waste any time up there, Ron. She gets right on the approach and takes off.
Well, that's a mark of a bowler with a lot of anticipation, and
she shoots this spare cross lane. And not going to get it up. Leaves the 4-pin.
Well, Cathy led the gate open right now for Rosie, and now to see if Rosie can cash in on that opportunity.
And she had it in the pocket, but the 6-pin just went right around the 10. So she has looking at a 1-pin spare.
Rosie's a native of Erlanger. She's the mother of 2 children.
And she goes cross lane for the 10. She's right on it. So Rosie takes a 15-pin lead here. Still have plenty of frames to go.
Week number 7 here in the Northern Kentucky Merit Tournament.
She got a little bit light, but had him spinning down there.
Well, Cathy will try to repair that gate that she left open.
Oh, got a bad break here. Pull it up on the head pin, leaves the 4-7-10.
Cathy is also a native of Erlanger. She's the mother of 2 children.
And she plays it safe, picks up the 4-7. Cathy has a high average this year of 178. She's been bowling for 10 years. And her highest series ever is a 656, and highest game ever is a 266. So she can put some big numbers on the board. Mark it down, baby. That reminds me, Nick Benj, who normally sits in this seat, is on a little vacation at Los Angeles, California, enjoying himself out there in the sun and doing a little surfing and enjoying that Miller beer, I'm sure, too.
And I understand Rick Martin is down in the hills of Tennessee.
Yeah, he's down there bowling in a tournament this week as well. Rosie didn't get that one up the hill and leaves the washout, the 1-2-4-10.
Rosie took some speed off that ball there, Doug, and
yeah, she did, and she let the ball get away from her, got it out wide of her target area, and that's the result right there, the washout. Oh, that was a great effort. A great try there. You can't throw at that shot much better than that, Ron. Rosie has about a 14-pin lead now. Yeah, she had him flying, but leaves the 7-pin. Came in just a little bit light. Rosie's married to Jim Phelps, who's been on our show a few times in the men's division. She's had a high average this year of 175, and she's been bowling for 11 years and has a high series, all-time series of 686 and highest game ever of 268. Some pretty good numbers as well. Goes cross lane for the 7, picks it up. And we're halfway through our match, Ron. And we'll be back here in just a moment. And we're back. Cathy getting on the approach in lane 8. Yeah, the guy was trying to talk it in for her back there, saying get up the hill. Didn't make it. Leaves a 2-pin. Cathy bowls in the Saturday Night Openers League in Cherokee Bowl. And she has a 4-step approach. Going cross lane for the 2-pin. Perfect shot.
Cathy's making her first appearance.
Yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking first time on the tube.
Right. Last year, Rosie came in 3rd place at Cherokee in our 4th week of competition.
Cathy had it in the pocket, That lazy 6-pin just fell in the gutter. Wouldn't take the 10 out. She's throwing a 16-pound ball, Ron, and it's a fingertip. She's a spot bowler. She's shooting around the second arrow. Going cross lane for the 10. And it hooked away at the last minute. Just missed it. Let's see if Rosie can capitalize on that mistake. She does. Mark it down, baby. Kind of missed that from Nick this morning.
That's right.
It's kind of be a tradition here on the show.
Well, we're getting a lot of that in our ears back here.
Yeah, we sure are.
Nice crowd here.
Yeah, real good crowd this morning. Got them up out of bed early this morning. Rosie's hitting the second arrow and in the pocket. But once again, the 10-pin is standing right there. Rosie bowls on the Thursday morning bowlettes, the Friday night bowlerettes, and both of those are Super Bowls. She's one of our bowlers. And she subs at Southern Lanes as well. And she is a spot bowler with a 4-step approach. And also throws a 16-pound fingertip ball. She's going cross lane. And she's dead on it. Except for that washout, she got a bad break on that, trying to convert it. Other than that, she's filling all the frames. There it is.
There's your power strike, Doug.
All 10 in the pit. She just blew them off the deck that time. She needs a few more of those, get back in this game. She's 26 pins down right now, so she could use this double. And that one came high on the head pin. Leaves a 3-6-9. Tough little spare.
Well, the trick to this one right here is to tap that 3-pin on the right-hand side and take out the 6-9. At least that's the proper way of doing it.
Yeah, let's see how she does. She's giving it a shot. It's perfect. She was listening to you, Ron. Took your advice. And Rosie gets up on lane 8, the 8th frame. Oh, she came high. Leave the 6-10, and the 3-pin came off the wall and tapped the 10 and just scooted it over. It wouldn't knock it down. So she's got the, I guess you'd call that the 6, 9.5.
Rosie's just a good sports enthusiast. She enjoys a lot of outdoor sports.
And she picks them up. And we're going into the foundation frame, Ron, 9th frame, and Rosie is up by 24 pins. So Cathy's got her work cut out for her here.
Well, right here is where the games are won and lost.
And that ball came up light. She leaves the bucket at 2-4-5-8. And that's not what she wanted to do. You want to get all the pin counts you can get in this ninth and 10th frames. And she's dead on it, picks it up. Well, if Cathy strikes out, she would wind up with a 213. And there's the first one. Ron, we could have a possible tie. If she strikes out, she could have a 213. And if Rosie struck and spared in the 10th, she would have a 213 as well. Had some good, close, exciting matches in the last few weeks. No, just couldn't talk it back. Comes up a little light, leaves the 2-pin.
Well, Cathy likes to spot bowl. And right there you saw a good example of missing that spot just to the right. Came up light on the head pin, and
she let that one get away from her. She dropped that right at the foul line. Never did come up and missed the 2-pin. So Cathy finishes with a 181. A nice game for the first time on TV. But it's not going to be enough. Rosie Phelps, even if she throws 2 gutter balls, is sitting with a 183 right now. So she'll be going into our second match. Just practice enough for that next game. Here we see Rosie Phelps, 175 average, 31 handicap. And she's our winner here in game 1. Just going for pin count now, as many pins as she can tack on. And there's a double. She's going to be tough to deal with in this second game. Looks like she's got it down now.
well, Rosie could finish up here with a 223, and she would be facing Anita Elkins coming up. And right now, she's trying to impress Anita and show her the power that she has. Gives her something to think about starting off this next game.
Sure does. Comes a little high, leaves a 4-6-10, but comes up with a 220 game. So Rosie is our winner in game 1. And we'll be back with the second match just in a moment.
Miller Beer, distributed by Mickey Link Distributing. Try Miller Lite. It's less filling. And Doug, it tastes good too.
Yeah, it definitely tastes good. That's the reason I like it. And Anita starts off with a big strike. She was throwing some crunching strikes here in practice in between games. And she was watching Rosie Phelps before, and we were talking about getting psyched down watching Rosie finish the game in a big way with that 220. And whether, sitting on the bench back here waiting in the wings, if that would affect her mentally, but evidently it hasn't, because she just blew the pins off the deck that time. I think we're going to see a heck of a match here.
Rosie's picking up where she left off. Anita is absolutely no stranger to powerful games and tournament play, especially in the first game last week during qualifying. She started off her 3-game tourney with a 247.
Not too shabby. Rosie gets her double. Yeah, these girls are going to be going at a tooth and nail here, Ron.
Anita is a constant bowler down at Walt Center Lanes in Newport. Falls in that Tuesday night late owls.
Comes up a tad high and leaves the 4-pin. She's a spot bowler as well, and a 4-step delivery. Throws a fingertip 15-pound ball, just a pound lighter than the other ladies this morning. She's throwing the black hammer, the urethane ball. She's going cross lane for the 4-pin conversion. And she picks it up.
Anita is a native of Newport. She's the mother of 3 daughters. And she sports a high series of 672.
She's been bowling 17 years and high game of 260. So she's capable of putting up some big numbers. Comes light on that one. Leaves the 2, 4, 5, and 7.
Well, here Anita has to hit that small pocket of the 2-5.
And she picks it out. That's not exactly the way you're supposed to do it, but...
I looked down and I didn't want to jinx her there, Doug.
Well,
she did it the way she was supposed to.
Well, you're actually supposed to hit in that 2-5 pocket area, and the 2 goes in the 4 into the 4, and the 4 into the 7. But the way she did it will work as well. It looks just the same on paper.
It's not how you drive, it's how you arrive.
Oh, and Rosie gets a break at the last second. How about that? She was staring right at the 6, 7, 10, and at the last second before the machine came down, the 7-pin just dropped out of sight. What a break.
Rosie got some assistance from her cheering section out in left field.
She picks it up. So Anita is leading by 4 pins at this point. 83 to 79, both on spares in the 3rd. Around that Miller Lite beer, you were saying it. I was saying it tastes great. You said it was less filling. And I don't know who's right here. We got Frank Cento sitting here. As Rosie throws another strike, Frank Cento for Mickey Link Distributing. We'll have to ask his opinion on that. Why do people enjoy Miller Lite beer so much?
Well, I'll tell you what. Looking at you and then looking at myself physically, I would say we both say it would taste great because
Anita hits the pocket, but once again we see the old 10-pin standing up there. Frank, why do you drink Miller Lite? Is it taste great or less filling? Spoken like a true politician.
Right.
Tastes great and is less filling. No argument there. Anita picks up the 10-pin.
Well, we've got ourselves a match here. As Anita approaching frame number 5. And a 3-point advantage over Rosie Phelps.
Just put a little extra speed on that one that time, Ron. Didn't get it up and leaves the 1-2-10. Now the first game we saw Rosie attempt the 1-2-4-10 and sent the head pin over, just went right around the 10. It was as good a shot as you can make without making it. And Anita trying the same thing, but pulled it just a little bit too much. Flips the 2, and leaves the 1 and 10 standing.
Well, with a strike right here by Rosie.
And Rosie goes high on the head pin, leaving the 6-9-10. I notice both of these ladies put down playing cards as their hobbies, so they might get in a big poker match here with their winnings after the show today.
Well, they have to do something between commercials, and they bring their decks of cards right to the lanes.
And she picks it up. So Rosie goes into a 12-pin lead halfway through the match. Ron, you know it's getting that time of year again to sign up for summer fun leagues at your local Northern Kentucky BPA Bowling Center. They'll be starting during the month of May, and April's shooting right on by here. It's we see Rosie put one in the hole. Today is the April the 13th, I see, 2 days away from tax time as well. So this month's about halfway gone. So if you haven't signed up for a summer league at your local Northern Kentucky BPA Bowling Center, it's time to do it. Keep in shape through the summer and have a lot of fun doing it. There we see a crunching strike. So Anita is, like I say, 12 pins down, and she's not giving up. She's going after Rosie.
Doug, looking around the crowd here at Dixie Lanes, a lot of youngsters here, and that's a good sign, real good sign.
Yeah, it sure is. They're the future of the game, of course, and all the Northern Kentucky BPA centers run good youth league programs for kids from 4 to 21 years of age. So this game can be played and enjoyed by anyone of any age.
Well, Anita is definitely not being intimidated. She has now given Rosie something to think about.
Well, she's only 2 pins down now. So by virtue of throwing that double, she just picked up 10 pins.
Rosie working on a strike in the 6th.
Oh, she almost got a break again. Came high on the head pin, left the 6-10, had a pin going after him, but didn't get there in time that time. Goes cross lane. Dead on it. We're going to see a big finish here. One of those fantastic finishes, I think, Ron. 2-pin match going into the 8th frame.
There's a good look of Rosie Phelps.
All 10 in the pit. These girls just aren't letting the pressure get to them at all.
Well, the challenge has been set now by Rosie, and Anita working on a double, shooting lane number 8, frame number 8.
She pulled that one, Brooklyn, and almost got away with a strike, but leaves the 10 pin that time.
Anita trailing by 3 pins.
Yeah, she had everybody nervous back here. Just barely clips the 10, but she makes it. She walks back and say, hey, no problem.
Well, she should be familiar with that little brush. She's very good at needlepoint and darts. So she knows what getting to the point means, Doug.
Yeah, exactly. She's there. All 10 in the pit. So our scorekeeper, Mary Owens, who is our alternate today, she came in 4th place, and she was good enough to come down and keep score for us this morning.
You saw the power on that replay of Anita Elkins, and here's Rosie Phelps in the 9th.
And Rosie puts it in the pocket, but almost had an 8-10 looking at her. The 8 fortunately went out and leaves the 10. And she picks it up. So Rosie is up by 3 pins going in the 10th frame. However, she's on a spare in the 9th, while Anita is on a strike in the 9th.
Rosie's high game in qualifying this week was 243.
There's the first one.
She got the 243. Strong possibility of a 249 right here.
Anita could go all the way out for a 256. So Rosie knows she needs all these. There's the second one.
Well, you saw the smile of confidence coming back to the return. And
Yeah, there we see it again on replay. Blew all 10 of them off the deck. So she's doing what she has to do. She strikes out for a 249. Now all Rosie can do is sit and watch. Here's that 3rd strike. A little light, gets the kick off the wall and gets the 5 out of there. All she can do is sit and watch as Anita can go for a possible 256 if she strikes out to win the match by 7 pins.
Anita must strike here to stay in this game.
And it's all over. Pulls it high, leaves the 6-10. The crowd shows their appreciation for some great bowling here from these ladies this morning.
Just another example of the outstanding quality of bowling here in Northern Kentucky, Doug. And
well, that's exactly right, Ron. We have a lot of real fine bowlers in this area. They come out and compete every week in the Northern Kentucky TV Singles Merit Tournament. And if anyone watching this morning has not tried to make the show, it's real simple. We'll be qualifying next week at Glenn Schmidt's in Newport next Saturday and Sunday. Just call Glenn Schmidt's to reserve a time. And Anita finishes with a 2:34. So Rosie takes the game 2:49 to Anita's 2:34. And we'll be back with the men's matches in just a moment.